Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Pikmin 2. Last time, we started exploring the Awakening Wood here. We are partway through the day here. We are not done with this day because there's a lot of stuff in this area here. We did the Hole of Beasts here, which is pretty much just this, like, string here. And we also got our treasure magnet, which is easily the biggest thing that we got in the last part there. We're going to continue on exploring the Awakening Wood here, now that we have a means of exploring more of it here. There is a paper bag here, which we can now just flatten here with all the purples that we have here. And we're kind of just going to be going straight to another cave right away here. We have another burrow net here. Again, these guys aren't that bad. Their piercing is pretty slow, all things considered. And I'm not gonna do that yet. We're kind of just gonna go straight to another cave here, because there's a lot of stuff that we don't really have a means of doing yet, so this is kind of our next main objective here. Astonishing. My metal detectors are reacting violently. What could be down below? Find trouble below, press plus to contact me, and yeah, I'm probably gonna sooner just figure this out on my own before contacting you there, buddy. This is the White Flower Garden. We have a new hazard, it seems, as well. Wonder what that could mean. Let us head on down here. We're the next contestants on The Price is Right. White Flower Garden. Oh, we have one of these areas here. Well, I think this first one's not so bad. This area theme, you'll want to get used to it, and it can be pretty annoying in of itself. Oh, for God's sake. Right next to the base here, are you serious, dude? I also forgot in the last part I switched off the motion controls. Maybe I should keep them off for this area, but I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna worry too much about it here. You can easily, accidentally throw Pikmin off the ledge here, and that can be a bit of a pain in the butt if you do something like that, so keep that in mind. I think I got that purple before he did anything there, so I entered with 95 and I still have 95, so that's good there. Again, I say this all the time. I think the purple sheargrubs are, or the male sheargrubs, I guess I should say, they're a lot less threatening in this game, I think, than in Pikmin 1. In Pikmin 1, these guys are just flat-out assholes, but not as bad here. Here we go. This is actually a change in the HD version of this game here. This is, presumably some other ones here. This was originally a thing of Kiwi Shoe Polish, which is a shoe polish brand. I've used Kiwi before. I've probably told stories about this before when I was younger, but I used to be in Air Cadets when I was a teenager, and, probably coincidentally around the time that I was big into watching Let's Plays this game, actually. I remember I had a lot of stories of watching Let's Plays this when I was younger, but yeah, we had to use a lot of Kiwi shoe polish for our boots, and I sucked ass at polishing. I think they say that I think you're supposed to fully coat and let something kind of dry first before really polishing it, and I just sucked at the idea of that, but yeah, this used to be Kiwi, it's now just a generic shoe polish brand, but it looks close enough, honestly. I feel like most people probably would not really notice that change there. Now that we have our radar, we can see that it will turn off when we're done here, which is very nice, indicated by this radar here. Let's just head on down here. Your Pikmin will automatically go down there. Yeah, I guess I would have been, in my, earliest prime memories of being in Cadets at the time when I would have watched... I know I watched both Bicked Up on a Bus and Sugar Conroy's Let's Plays of Pikmin 2, which were only, a couple months apart from each other. And I really wanted to play these games at the time, but the GameCube version was quite expensive at that time, and the North American Wii version had not even come out. I'll talk about that here now, I guess, since I've alluded to that so many times. In North America, this game did not come out on the Wii. I'll say it came out everywhere else in 2009. It didn't come out in North America until about 2012. It was over 3 years, and by then, like, the Wii was on its way out. The Wii U was basically about to launch in, like, a few months at the time. I think the only other Wii exclusives around that time were, like, the North American release of Xenoblade Chronicles, which was, I think, out before this even. And that was another case where that was out a few years earlier in, I think, like, 2010 in Japan and 2011 in Europe. Not quite as egregious as this game was, but still pretty egregious if you ask me. And I think afterwards, like, Kirby's Dream Collection, I think, came out, which actually I just did a Let's Play of earlier, well, last year probably at the time this video was going up, but yeah, it was earlier this year at the time I'm recording it, but yeah, very, very recent in memory though anyways, so yeah, at the time, like, the only version of this in North America was the GameCube release, and it was very expensive and kind of hard to find, basically, so some coconut water here. I think, again, this also used to be a product placement thing here. I know one of these bottle caps, I think there was one for Dr. Pepper, and I think there was one for 7-Up, I think, so yeah. I don't really need to wait for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just because. But yeah, I watched at least 2 Let's Plays, and I've seen other Let's Plays later on. Like, I know I watched all of Slim Kirby's Let's Play, I've seen all of Steven Plays' Let's Play. I watched so many LPs of this, and I got the Wii version when it came out, and I never actually finished it. I did not finish this game until, believe it or not, earlier this year, despite the fact I had seen so many other people do it. I have my reasons why. Well, reason why. And I'll get into that more as we kind of progress on. It's nothing related to this at all here, but I know also when the Wii U first came out, I lost all my save data for my Wii due to a weird system transfer, but more on that in a bit. How can flowers get so deep underground, bloom so robustly? How mysterious. This place is conspicuously warm. Could act as some kind of hothouse for foliage? What an interesting development. These Pikmin look as if they long to be tossed in the flower. Anyways, we do have white candy pop buds here, which you know what that means. Get over here, Olimar. It is time for us to pluck another new Pikmin type. This is the white Pikmin. Incredible, a white Pikmin. It's tiny, but it's distinctly swift. Its eyes are unseemingly red. Type Pikmin was not mentioned in your notes, Almar. It must be an entirely new type. There's some neat stuff that the white Pikmin can do here. As it mentioned, it is... well, it has red eyes here. It is actually the fastest type of Pikmin, which is very useful. Very useful having Pikmin that can move quickly here. A lot of neat things that you can use for that. Like, look at how fast these, well, I guess flowered reds are still moving quickly, but there's a couple of things that these little guys can do, though, such as... yeah, if we headed over here, this kind of initiated the tutorial here for this. Amazing, the white Pikmin have unearthed a treasure that was completely buried in the ground. So those beady red eyes of theirs allows them to sense objects buried in the dirt. That's exactly it, they can dig stuff up here. And they have one other unique gimmick as well, which we'll get into more as things go along here, but yeah. I'm just gonna have, ooh, that could be useful there. I'm gonna have Louie wait by the exit here, but I'll break this open here anyway. I think these guys are called honey wisps. I alluded to these guys before here, but... Ooh, okay, that's useful here. I am actually going to do a little bit of a trick with these here, assuming the treasure getting back doesn't interrupt this here. I think anybody who's played this game knows what I'm about to do here, because there is a trick you can do. I mentioned before, these honey eggs can sometimes carry sprays here, and this is kind of our first instance of that here, is seeing a random spray in the wild. If you push the other captain into the spray here, normally you can kind of just drink the spray and get one, but if you do this and not get interrupted by the tutorial for it, thanks game. Red liquid you see contains refined ultra spicy essence. 1 drop contains 1 dose. Yeah, we know how this thing works here. These are so useful, and I usually do take my time to get these any chance I can get here. And if both captains drink it, you can get a second dose of it. That is so useful to do. You have no idea how useful that is, just being able to get, like, 2 for 1, basically. So, I recommend doing that any chance you get. It's pretty easy, you just push the other captain into it, and drink up. So now with our whites intact here, I will say this, we do not need any more reds for the rest of the game. We have so many reds, and often I usually try and like divide the Pikmin up so that I have a decent bit of each type, and that worked really well when I played this game a few months ago. So, white Pikmin here are immune to poison. I'm surprised I got that guy away as quickly as I did there. But yeah, normal Pikmin can't really go through this here. It's not an insta-death hazard, but if you let the Pikmin get poisoned, they will die after a few seconds. So it's the same idea as fire. You see a poison vent, throw a white there. If you see a fire vent, throw a red there. It's self-explanatory stuff here. And it's sometimes convenient just to run around with just the whites here to kind of scour the area here. Again, whites are very fast, so I think there is something up here. No? Maybe with better RNG there could be something up there, but it doesn't seem like it. The captains can go through the poison vents. They can't go through other hazards, at least not yet, but yeah, they can definitely do that. And I mentioned before, the tutorial mentioned that whites are the only Pikmin type that can unearth objects. That's, I think, just a thing in this game. They changed it so that... I don't know if it's Pikmin 3 or Pikmin 4. I know they gave that trait to the yellows in 3, I think, that they can dig faster. And I want to say that in 4, anything can just dig up anything, so whites kind of lose that significance there. You get Night Lip Balm here. You love a good survival ointment. Yeah. I think that's it for everything on this floor here once we get this mushroom back. Toxic Toadstool. Kind of neat sounding name there. Let us delve deeper. And this looks like a boss arena here from the looks of things. Yeah, very much is. Let me take... I'll take this one purple with me here. I think I know what boss we have here. we step out here... Yep, it is a burrowing snaglet. Pretty common recurring boss. I think they're in every Pikmin game, but yeah, pretty commonly recurring enemy here. I'm gonna take 20 purples here, because, yeah, these guys aren't too bad typically. There's kind of one attack you want them to do. This is it here. Whenever you see them slowly move out of the ground, that's usually your time to attack them there. Whenever you see them do that, just get away from them and they can't really do much of anything to you there. And yeah. That's pretty much my cue to attack there, and that may actually... Yep, that defeated him there. They're not that bad. They can devour a lot of Pikmin, but not that bad otherwise. And we got this glove here. I actually don't remember this upgrade at all, if it even is an upgrade. We did that freakish half-bird, half-serpent hybrid. Oh no, don't tell me that treasure was digested by the beast, wasn't it? Yep, let's just pick that up there. Snaglets are another beast. Oh my god. Come to Papa there. Come to Papa. Snaglets are not as bad as in this game compared to Pikmin 1, but I feel like that's most creatures, honestly. Okay, got that one there. And I might just wait until this glove gets back here, because that could easily interrupt this. That was the white getting that. I can't see. There it is. I forget what this ability is, if it even... Well, it has the glowing light of one, so... 5-man knapsack. Is this what I think it is? This material looks comfortable. I use it to patch the boss's favorite sleeping bag. Seam tests. Conclusive. Cross-stitching successful. The knapsack is complete. Have an unopportune time to take an interval. This is probably the least useful ability in the game. It has maybe one use and not really anything of substantial value. I will take having 7 spicy sprays this early on. That is very useful. But yeah, I'll split up to demonstrate this here. Whenever you push in the right stick, you will essentially fall asleep, and they'll take you back to the base. Could maybe be useful if you just need a quick way to get back to base, but otherwise, such a situationally not useful item. Really not useful at all, if I'm being perfectly real. It's honestly the upgrade I forget about the most. Like, I remember it being in this game, but not useful, basically. But yeah, that's it for the White Flower Garden. Very, very, very nice. Now then, we're back in Awakening Wood now. There's kind of just a few last-minute things we're going to be doing here, but we have like half a day to do so yeah, let's do that. Alright, this day is a lot more pressed than most people probably realize, including myself. So, this is going to be very, very, very tight for time if we can even kind of get through this here. So, I'm going to send Almar with about half the purples and all the whites here. It's mostly the whites that we need for this here, but yeah, there's a gate here that's surrounded by poison, and this is where I'm going to use the introduction of the spicy spray here. Astounding, the heads of the Pikmin are glowing and they seem extremely agitated. Ultra Spicy Spray appears to increase Pikmin speed and attack power. What a discovery. You're gonna want to do this for this gate here. I did not leave myself too much time for this here. I'm kind of just gonna head back here and try and get some more sprays in the meantime while we do this, but otherwise... yeah, there's not really a whole lot of time left otherwise there. I'm leaving some purples behind there too, because there is a creeping chrysanthemum behind that gate, which I want to stress are not that difficult of enemies to deal with. There's a new enemy here that's really useful to kind of go after, though, which is the iridescent glint beetle here. Very useful enemy here. If you throw Pikmin on top of it here, very nice, especially if you have purples to kind of deal with it here. Can usually hit them about 3 to 4 times, and I'm just going to take this spray by itself here because I don't really have any other, my other captain's kind of occupied at the moment, so, yeah. I am going to try and get this down here if I can. This is going to be very tight on time here, if we can even do this here, so... that should be it for the gate there now. We can just kind of destroy this here. No more poison here. That should have aggroed that, but go on there, game. There it is. Miss me. Come on, attack me. You know you want to. No, well, in that case, I'll attack you instead here because I have purples with me here. Got him. Okay, now, I need to get this globe back here. This is definitely the furthest I've ever made it with this freaking plan here. I might even have to build this bridge first. I hope not, but... this object is highly similar to the one you found in Valley of Repose here. By examining further, I may be able to extrapolate a new planetary core. Am I gonna have to build the bridge here first before I progress onward here? I might have to. Shoot. They are going the other way, which is good. I may just try and build this bridge here in the meantime if I can. Let's see if I can get some more of those there. I think we may be good here if this will... get the rest of you guys on this freaking globe here. Okay, yeah, that globe is moving there now. I'm gonna leave Louie with that there and make sure Almar can get anything else here. Sorry this kind of got a little scatterbrained near the end here. This is like my 4th time trying to record this last bit of the day here. I'm not trying to be like somebody who can do these days as quickly as humanly possible. I know that it is possible to beat this game in about... I know it used to be an 8-day run that I saw back in the day from Picked Up on a Bus, but I think it's actually less than that now. Oh yeah, we have end of day stuff to kind of go over here. Sun will be setting soon. Call all the Pikmin to you. This planet's native nocturnal life forms are ferocious and therefore dangerous. Hide your Pikmin to the onion yourselves my hole so we can take refuge in low orbit. Yeah, this can be kind of where the trickiness can go here, because we do have only, like, maybe a minute or so left of in-game time here to gather up all our Pikmin. We have a lot on the globe right now, so... later Pikmin games get better about telling you how many Pikmin are out and about here, but we should be able to get this globe back here. I don't foresee this bridge getting built in that time, but we'll be optimistic here anyways. We got the globe back, and that's all I kind of care about. There is one more treasure in this area that we could have gotten with the whites, but it's not really that important. We can get it later whenever we come back to this place. We were so freaking pressed for time to even get this back in the first place. This here also contains a hidden microchip. I'll attempt to decrypt the stored data. Decoding complete. As I surmise, this chip contains additional topographic data. Data is being inputted in my database. I should call it the survey chart. It's also just the other side of the globe that we got there. And also 30% of the debt. We're making very good progress in that. I may as well get this out of the way here. Or get, like... some of those things there. I have 85 here, and... yeah, I'm not gonna get this back here. If there's 10 here, yep, we have every Pikmin accounted for here. I am just gonna probably call that there, so I think if we just kind of pause and go to the menu, we can just go to Sunset from here? I'm just gonna kind of go from there. We didn't get a chance to build a bridge, or... there's one treasure with the whites that you can get, but I didn't get that either just because I kind of wanted to prioritize that globe there. And yeah, otherwise though, that was a success, and next time we should be able to explore a new area. Pretty productive day, all things considered. Split into 2 parts there, but we did 2 caves, we got new Pikmin, and yeah, there was a lot that kind of went on this day here. We're going to see a lot of treasure in the next thing here. Oh god, we didn't even have 1,000, and we ended the day with 3K. Yeah, we got over 2,000 bucks here in this day. Grew our Pikmin numbers a lot there. Reds didn't grow as much because we converted a lot of them to the purples and whites, so I guess you could say we lost 30 reds there, but reds honestly are not as useful, and 60 is way more than you're going to need in this, so probably going to stop seeing a lot of red usage from here on, but they have their uses. Olimar, good work so far. I hereby promote you to assistant manager. Press X to divide up the work and Y to delegate more your subordinate leader. Hope all goes smoothly. Yeah, so... if you have to do another day in Awakening Wood, it's not that bad, and it can be nice to kind of grow your numbers a bit, but yeah. Next time, there is a new area that we will explore, the Perplexing Pool. So I think we're probably going to do maybe a video on ground there and explore this place, and then we'll probably do another video just kind of exploring the... well, just kind of exploring this area, and maybe starting the next cave here. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Thanks everyone for watching. I've been Masterstarman. If you like this part of Pikmin 2, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment. I really appreciate you guys checking out these videos. Thank you everyone for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and peace out.